All right, ready to go? Okay, so remember that your my suggestion was that you extend the lines. Now remember they've been giving you nice two little pretty parallel lines with one little transversal, and just putting the only thing you need right there. But in real pictures, there's a lot of stuff, usually other stuff going on. So take your time to think about the fact that these are really lines that go on forever. If you think about, oopsie, that was the worst. Okay, so we do have two parallel lines going horizontally, and we have these two other parallel lines going this way, right? Now, if you take a look at these, we have the 42, we have the 2x, and we have the 8y plus 2. Now, clearly, we don't want to try to match up the 8y plus 2 and the 2x, because they have different variables, so that's not going to get you anywhere. So start somewhere where you have something you can solve. So if you literally cover up this entire half of this picture, so think of the entire half of this picture gone. You see it gone? Because then I have parallel lines cut by a transversal over there, don't I? And this looks like a normal problem that you have been doing. Okay, I'm going to undo my scribble out. And if it helps you, some people do like to redraw it in a different spot. So they might like to just take this half of the picture on the right and just redraw it. It looks like that. You have a 2x here and a 42 there, right? So if you think about that, what kind of angles are these two? They're both acute angles, and they are both congruent. So these are both A's, and they're congruent. What is the angle pair relationship that you had to pick off your yellow sheet? Are they vertical? Think of your pizzas. This one is off of this pizza.
Oh, yeah.
They're alternate interior angles, aren't they? So these two angles are alternate interior angles. And we know alternate interior angles are congruent to each other. Congruent means what? Same, equal. So you should have put an equal sign in between the 2x and the 42. And that guy's easy to solve, right? Okay, what do you got to do here? Divide by 2, and you get x equals 21. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug that back into our picture. If x is 21, let me erase some of this here so we can see. So I'm taking this 21 and plugging it in there. So what is that angle measure? It's 42, right? So this angle measure is 42. 2 times 21. And we wanted it to be congruent to this guy. So are we good? Okay, so we did not mess up. Okay, so now we need to work with a different part of the picture to get over here. Okie dokie? What pair of parallel lines do you think I'm going to use to connect this blue and this guy? Well, really. Okay, do you guys see the pair of parallel lines cut by the transversal? So I'm going to be using this line and this line and this transversal. So just the blue stuff. You see it? So in other words, cover up the entire bottom half of the picture, because I only care about, you're looking at, it's got to be around the same transversal, right? Unless you're doing like linear pair or vertical angle. So if I cover up the entire bottom of my picture, this is all gone down here. I'm not even looking at it. So even if you wanted to redraw it, if it's confusing to you, that would be these two lines and this line across. I have this little 8y plus 2 here, and I have this 2x or 42 over here, right? So what kind of angles are those two guys? They're definitely interior, correct? They're on the interior of the angles. Are they on the same side of the transversal? Yes. So these two are consecutive interior angles. So consecutive interior angles. And what's true about consecutive interior angles? Well, look at it. Is this an O and an A, an A and an A, or an O and an A? What is that? It's an A and an O, right? So that means what? They're supplementary. So these are supplementary. Remember, you don't have to really memorize. You just have to, like, as long as you know what acute and obtuse are, then you can probably figure out the rest. You know what same side means. You know what interior means. Those are not new words to you, right? Okay, so they are supplementary. Supplementary means what? Angle plus angle equals 180, right? So who are the two angles we're talking about? Angle 8y plus 2 plus, what's the other angle? You can do 42 or 2x. Which is going to be easier in this problem? 42. You can't put an x with this y. That making no sense. You're not going to get anywhere. So use the 42 instead. We know that that's 42, right? Is equal to 180. Do your little algebra thing. What do we got here? 8y plus 44 is 180.
Mm-hmm.
And then what'd you do?
Minus 44.
Minus 44 on both sides. And you got 8y equals 136. Just 36?
No, 136.
136. And then you divide by 8. Okay. So we get y is 17. Yeah. Is 17 the measure of an angle? Go back to your picture. No. So what do we should probably plug that in there and see if we actually get something that's supplementary to 42, so we know if we're good or not. So we got to do 8 times 17 plus 2. 138. So this angle is 138 degrees. So we had 138 here and 42 over there. Is that supplementary?
Yes.
Does that add up to be 180?
Yep.
Okay, and then we're good. Cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so take your half sheet of paper that I gave you yesterday. Yep, looks like that. Looks just like this. It might be tucked into page 2021, your half sheet that has some problems. I'm giving you about 10 minutes to work on this, and then we're going to do some proofs together. So dig this out. You could probably get 2 or 3 problems done off of this right now. It's from yesterday. It's probably tucked in page 2022.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna stop this video.